From the earliest days, humans have wished for one impossible dream: to live forever. But do you believe that nature has discovered that secret, hidden far below in the deep sea? They are eternal. They survive in distant places on Earth. Join me as we look at animals across the world that may live not just for centuries, but forever. What secrets are they hiding? How have they slipped past death itself? And could their strange biology show us how to stretch our own lives? We will start small and move toward immortality. In the deep sea, we meet a marine creature around 4,265 years old, with a dark inner core, yet living a calm and active life. At over 4,200 years of age, this ancient colony of deep-water black coral holds the record as the oldest known living marine organism. Put simply, it is the oldest animal in the sea that can create its own skeleton, a particular black coral species called Leiopathes anarosa. And yes, despite its name, it's not actually black on the outside. The living tissue is golden brown, almost beautiful in the right light. But beneath that exterior lies a skeleton as black as night, which is where it gets its name. This coral has a typical tree-like structure, branching vertically to maximize its ability to capture food particles drifting through the water column. Determining the age of coral is tricky business. You can't exactly cut it open and count rings like a tree. Instead, scientists use radiocarbon dating. In this case, researchers from Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, Stanford University, and the University of California at Santa Cruz collected samples of black coral off the coast of Oahu. Using carbon dating techniques, they were able to determine that the largest specimen was approximately 4,265 years old. The skeleton grows at an incredibly slow rate, only about 4 micrometers per year. That is roughly the diameter of a single human red blood cell. Your fingernails grow about 25,000 times faster than this coral. The tiny coral polyps that live inside the skeleton, the actual living animals, are only a few years old. They are continually replaced generation after generation, while the supporting skeleton builds up around them over millennia. Most shallow water corals that we are familiar with, the colorful ones you see in documentaries, rely on symbiotic algae called zooxanthellae to convert sunlight into energy. But black corals live far below, where sunlight can never penetrate. Instead, they're filter feeders, using their tiny polyps to catch particles of food drifting through the water. This stability means the coral faces very few stresses that would damage it or speed up its aging process. Deep beneath the frozen Arctic, where sunlight never reaches and the temperature hovers just above freezing, the Greenland shark. It moves like a ghost through the deep, silent and slow. This creature is Earth's longest living vertebrate. I mean, it can live for at least 250 years and possibly up to 500 years or more. There are Greenland sharks swimming in the Arctic right now that were alive before the United States existed, before the French Revolution. Some may have been young when Shakespeare was writing his plays. Fishermen who accidentally catch them recoil at their smell, a powerful stench of urine. Their flesh is so toxic that sled dogs who eat it become what locals call shark drunk, suffering from hypersalivation, vomiting, explosive diarrhea, convulsions, and sometimes death. For centuries, scientists suspected these sharks lived a long time based on their incredibly slow growth rate, less than 1 centimeter per year, but they had no way to prove it. You see, most sharks can be aged by counting growth bands on their fin spines or vertebrae, much like counting rings on a tree. But Greenland sharks have no fin spines, and their vertebrae are too soft to form these growth bands. They seem to exist outside our ability to measure time. With a very shark-like tail, a tail that is uneven in shape, the mouth of a Greenland shark is round and holds 2 different sets of teeth, one on top and one on the bottom. The upper teeth are short and pointed, and the lower teeth are broad and almost square, with edges that slice like a razor blade. These teeth are clearly sharp, but are they truly sharp enough to strike and kill? A Greenland shark bite is very unusual. When the shark cannot swallow its prey in a single gulp, the teeth can work like a huge hole punch. Beluga rails have been seen with large, round patches of flesh missing, and the food found in Greenland shark stomachs can be almost perfect circles. The teeth cut so well that Inuit people once used the jaws of these sharks to make simple cutting tools. Yet the fact that they can still hunt and grab seals is quite surprising. Its eyes are often parasitized by a repulsive, worm-like crustacean that dangles conspicuously from its eyeballs. A parasitic copepod known as Omata elongata firmly clamps itself directly onto the shark's eyes. In one study of more than 1,500 Greenland sharks from East Greenland, scientists found this parasite on 98.9% of them. Some experts think these parasites damage the shark's cornea so badly that the animal is nearly blind, sensing only basic light and rough shapes. But if you look closely, that area on the shark's face is covered with tiny black dots. These are pores, known as the ampule of Lorenzini. These sensing pores, found along the snout, around the mouth, and on top of the head of every shark, are filled with a jelly that conducts electricity. This electrical sense only works at about 3.3 feet. When the shark is lining up with prey in the last moments before it strikes, to detect prey farther away, Greenland sharks rely on a very strong sense of smell. The nostrils of a Greenland shark are large openings that connect the sea outside to their olfactory rosettes. These rosettes are tightly folded sensory structures inside the nasal passages of fish, and they act as the main system that lets them smell. Greenland sharks also have one of the smallest brains for their body size of any shark, but there is one major exception. Their olfactory bulbs, the parts of the brain that handle smell, are larger than in many other shark species. This suggests that these sharks may depend on smell more than on their other senses. Guided by scent, Greenland sharks travel over great distances. In one project, researchers tracked Greenland sharks' movements for 11 months. Every shark traveled at least 196 miles, and some went as far as 1,004 miles at depths greater than about 5,900 feet. Other studies have recorded Greenland sharks swimming down to 9,800 feet near the mid-Atlantic ridge. These depths fall inside the bathypelagic zone, also called the midnight zone, where sunlight never reaches and the pressure is extremely high. For every 33 feet of depth, the pressure rises by 1 atmosphere. So at about 9,500 feet, it is roughly 290 times higher than at the sea surface. One clue comes from looking at the range of depths where a Greenland shark is found. We usually picture them as animals of deep water, yet they can actually live almost anywhere in the water column, from very deep areas to places near the surface. The Greenland shark live in some of the coldest waters on Earth, sometimes as cold as -2 degrees Celsius. As an ectotherm, the temperature of the water directly affects its metabolism. In these frigid conditions, the shark's metabolism slows to an absolute crawl. This slow metabolism means slow growth, slow aging, and sluggish movement. The Greenland shark's top speed is under 1.9 miles per hour. That is slower than a human walking. Recent research presented at the Society of Experimental Biology conference in 2024 revealed something. Scientists measured the metabolic activity of 23 Greenland sharks ranging from 60 to 200 years old. They found the metabolism of a 60-year-old shark was identical to a 200-year-old shark. The Greenland shark also possesses high levels of a compound called TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide. This acts like a shield inside cells, protecting proteins from the crushing pressure of the deep ocean and the damaging effects of freezing temperatures. The deeper a sea creature lives, the more TMAO it has, and Greenland sharks have among the highest levels ever recorded. This allows them to dive as deep as 7,200 feet and survive in conditions that would kill almost any other creature. In the deep Arctic, time moves differently, and the Greenland shark has mastered the art of existing within it. But we're only at number 2, and things are about to get even stranger. Now we're going to meet something that breaks all the rules, something that has discovered a biological cheat code that shouldn't be possible, an animal that, under the right conditions, never has to die at all. Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. And yes, it's actually immortal. This tiny jellyfish, barely 3 millimeters across, smaller than your fingernail, it has the ability to reverse its aging process completely. When it gets old, injured, or stressed, it doesn't die. Instead, it transforms back into a baby and starts its life all over again. And it can do